Ellen Best and I'm from the UK, and the first story I'm going to read is The Day After Fred's Funeral, which I was highly commended for in a flash fiction last month. I saw his reflection as he slid his mucky hand along the wall, craning his neck to look at my back. I stood in the kitchen at the kitchen sink, pretending oblivion. Through rheumy eyes I watched, while gently humming our song. He bobbed his shaven head twice round the door, beady eyes darting, his fisted hand pointing a knife. He thought me stupid, blind to his presence, his ragged plimsoll smeared dogmuck on the Berber-covered stairs. I'd smell where he'd been long after he'd gone. We at the Guild of Women had been warned, do not answer the door to strangers. Keep them locked, chains on. They failed to tell us what to do if in broad daylight the bastard jimmied your door with a knife in hand, bag up his shirt. I hummed gently while I wiped away the dried flies from the windowsill. The sun hit the rhododendron as he dragged his feet down the landing. A squirrel chased a chapinch from the feeder when he knocked Fred's picture from the bedside table. I winced and he growled, "Fuck. His filthy mouth is next to our bed, so close to where we last loved." My lips quivered, tears slithered a trail through the folds on my face like a slow worm in spring. My love lines, Fred called them. He was a wise man, was Fred. As the kettle whistled, he rushed from room to room. I twisted the knob on the radio. Its sounds could drown out the drag of his feet. I clenched my fist to steady my hand and gripped the sink's edge. Its cold steel soothed me somehow. When I relaxed my jaw, a taste of metal filled my mouth, but I carried on. The pot warmed, the leaves steeped, 2 cups wait on the tray. Tea sorts out everything, my Fred would say. I placed Fred's cup into the cupboard. His footsteps quickly down the stairs, and I flinched as he slammed the door, stealing my memories, leaving his stench in my home. A shuddering breath leaves me. I plop into the chair and I'm alone, bereft, like the picture by my bed, discarded and broken. My second story, I hope you like it. It's very different, and it's called The Water Monitor, and it was written based on my well behind the house. And I've done a lot of research to make sure I got this right. So here we go. I live in a schoolhouse, by the way. Good day, I'm Walter. You can see I'm standing next to the well outside the schoolhouse, the teacher's house. This week I'm water monitor for my sins. I slake thirsts with me bucket, mistied a tin mug on a piece of string round my trousers. I'm skinny after grafting all winter, so the cup it pulls them down, my trousers that is. This is my job now, because the mister kept me too long catching piglets. Doing that made me late. These lug holes still burn, they was cuffed. Look at it, it's all fat and sore. Mr. Pickles says it'll be blue the morrow. Anyway, my cheeks glow under the rough trousers, not them ones. Mrs. Macready's split cane, she's fierce with it. She don't like the lateness of us urchins. Miss says it's ungratefulness that breeds tardy children. She pulls her arm high when she's dishing out punishment. She swings harder than me mum when she's beating a rug. See her arm go with that cane. I have hot ears and a hot backside, and the rest of me is freezing. The punishment of water monitor ain't so nice when it's cold, when you're already done a day's work before you get to the raggedy school. I'm standing here stamping me boots, trying to get the chill off, waiting for another waif to want a drink. Then I show me strength, like a strong man at the freak show, lifting the lid, turning the barrel, winding the chain. I hoist the bucket and fill a cup for 30 mouths. It's man's work, especially when your fingers is blue with cold. I saw it once, that strong man, ain't that the truth? With these very eyes I seen in Piccadilly, me grandma took me. The Harvey's freak show. Not many of these raggedy kids has been, I know. Water here, we'll never forget that day. At school we taught reading and writing and arithmetic. Miss Macready bangs a tune with her lace boots against the wooden floor. 1, 2, 1, 2, she keeps time and we chant like old monks at the Abbey. The only different thing is we chant tables and godly sayings. Mrs. Macready every day raises her voice to say, cleanliness is next to godliness, and the mills of God grind slowly, but they grind exceedingly far. These words make us raggedies fearful, so we're good. We ask the Reverend on a Friday. The Reverend puts the fear of God into us for our own good, of course. The word of God is so loud that it makes the ink dance in the inkwells. My sister Winnie, she got her legs caned 4 strokes for peeing with fright at him. Miss called her filth and told her she had to stand on the desk so all could see her shame. We work at the school to be learned. And one day when she is 6, Winnie will be doing the chickens, wringing necks, plucking, collecting eggs. The numbers learned will be needed then. And at sun-up, I get old Tom ready. He's the plough horse, and I feed and groom and tack him. Then at harvest time, I cut the hay and work all night till me eyes is paining with the dust. Pa does the planning and the planting and such. And if the mister is pleased, he lets us use our house and small holding as our wage. The teacher hates market day because her schoolroom is empty, see? Because where we lives, we work hard. We does our family proud. Years will by and still when I have curled bones and no teeth or hair, this well will give ice cold water. I am knowing it. It will stand next to Mrs. Macready's house, but some other spinster will be the mistress of the learning. I know this for sure, because there ain't none over 50 in the graveyard. Thank you.